It's Cammie with Bluffs Broadcasting, and we have a special guest on the phone, Ryan Main Event MacDonald, out of Top Tier MMA and Boxing in North Platte, and you're going to be taking on Terrell Galloway from New Mexico coming up Saturday the 24th for the Pro LCS 135 Contender. How are you doing, Ryan?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good. Are you getting excited?
I am very excited.
Awesome. Well, we've got Gino Bolger with Legion Combat Sports with us in studio, and Gino, you're going to kind of lead the interview because I'm the girl that sits here and does the dials. You're the guy that knows a little bit more about the technicalities of the fights.
Yes, ma'am. So what's going on, Ryan? How you feeling, man?
Feeling really good. Feeling anxious.
Yeah, you always bring a crowd. You already have a bunch of fans. It's like you already live here in Scotts Bluff. So that's one thing that's great about you around here.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about how training camp is going.
Right now, this is the part what we call Hell Week. It sucks really bad. There's a lot of cardio. I'm working out 3 times a day right now, drinking 2 gallons of water to get my weight to where it needs to be. 2 gallons of water. It sounds easy, but it's the worst thing. Other than that, just 3 workouts a day and pushing the cardio, trying to get in shape.
Did you do any background on your opponent, Terrell Galloway? Did you look up any videos? Do you know what kind of fighter he is and his style?
There's not much. Actually, there wasn't any for videos because I think for the majority, he fought a little bit of King of the Cage, and I fought for King of the Cage too, and they keep all the footage and films. I couldn't find much, but he's fought in some big-name organizations like Strike Force and King of the Cage, and he trains with a good gym up there in Albuquerque with Tim Means and Ray Borg and a bunch of other UFC fighters. He's going to be well-versed, and I'm excited.
Do you know what kind of style he is? Is he a stand-up guy? Is he a ground
I think
guy?
he's a wrestler for the most part. That's what they tell me, I guess. He's a short little guy, about 5'3", so I'll have about 7-8 inches of reach on him.
Now, since you know he's a wrestler, have you done anything different in your training to prepare for that?
I wrestle too, so I mean, takedowns, it all comes down to who's the better MMA wrestler, and if he can take me down, then it's right back up. I've been working that a lot. It's not as much wrestling during camp. It's as soon as I get taken down, I'm popping right back up and not being complacent with sitting on my back, because at the level that we're at, it's really hard to hit submission. So it's as soon as I hit my butt, I'm popping right back up and I'm standing up and fighting for underhooks and strikes.
You're out of North Platte and you train out of top tier MMA and boxing. So tell us a little bit about your gym.
It came a long way. I remember starting back when there was 4 fighters fighting, and I was just the kid who everybody thought was, just there to train, and that's what I thought for the most part. And then I started hanging with the amateur fighters that were undefeated, and I'm like, man, I could do this. And then they asked me if I could fight, so I was like, yeah, might as well hop in there. Then I took the role to find the more talent, you know what I mean? I brought in a bunch of my wrestler buddies, and now we got a solid team, about 15 guys out there, and I run the kickboxing and the MMA, so it came a long way.
How did you get into it? Did you start out as a wrestler? I mean, how long ago was it? Was it because of school, or? I
started out boxing my freshman year of high school, but as far as combat sports, that's all I had done before I started martial arts. I boxed a year, and then after that, it took me getting beat up to realize, that just having hands wasn't all that you needed. And so this was getting beat up in a high school fight with some kid that ended up beating me up, but that's a whole different story. So anyways, after that, it was weird. It was right after the fight, I came home and that movie Never Back Down was on, and it was a mixed martial arts movie, and I saw it and I was like, wow, this is cool stuff. So after that, I was like, yeah, we got to find something. I Googled MMA gyms, and I had heard that Big Rob was running a gym, and I went down on the bricks downtown and they had a gym, so I started training.
After this fight, win or lose, what's next? What do you have planned for, do you have any long-term goals? Tell us about that.
Well, you see, Gino, there's no lose.
I like the attitude.
It's got to be a win, and I got to think like that. It's right on to the title right after that. I'm going to try to find a fight in November, December, and I like to keep fighting, stay active. I like to fight every month. I'll find a fight and get back in there each month. Next LCS show, I'm going to grab that 135 strap.
Is there anything you like to say to the fans? Because like I said earlier, you have fans here in Scotts Bluff, Gearing, Mitchell area. You always have a crowd yelling for you.
I want to say it competes with my hometown crowd here in North Platte. Like some nights they're louder and some nights North Platte's louder. It's crazy. Like I said, I've touched on this before. Scotts Bluff and Torrington have really watched me grow up. I've been fighting since I barely just turned 19, and I fought there, and now I'm turned 22, about to turn 23, and they watched me grow into a professional, for one. They watched me grow into a title holder. They've seen my ups and downs, and I fought there, I think, 6 or 7 times now. They've seen my bad days, and they've seen my good days. So.
Well, you know how we feel about you over here with Legion Combat Sports, man. You're a very humble, gracious guy and very friendly. You always treat the fans good around here whenever they want to take pictures and stuff like that. You guys are always accommodating. And so we appreciate that from you guys.
Well, thank you. I would like to say, too, if anybody wants to, when they come out to the event, if they want to take a picture, they want something signed, add me on Facebook. I'll talk with you. It doesn't matter. Ask anybody. I'm real cool.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate the interview today, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tear it up on the 24th.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You know, Ryan, that's the one thing we've said with these as we've been leading into the fights coming up on the 24th is there's a lot of hometown boys and girls here on the card. And we've really grouped you into that. As you were mentioning, you've been here several times before, and this area has embraced you as one of their own. So we're super excited to see you come out and really see what happens when you step into that cage, because it's always a great show, and it's always really awesome to watch you fight.
Thank you very much. I'm super excited to be there.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.